Now, let's have a look at the rather challenging problem, that is, lack of conceptual equivalence. It refers to abstract ideas that may not exist in the same fashion in diverse languages. Take dream as an example. It is a very general word with its meaning commonly shared and perceived all the world over. But when it comes together with American, it becomes unique in the context of American history and culture, symbolizing the American spirit of pursuing freedom and equality. But it conveys totally different concept when it stays together with Chinese. As we know, Chinese dream reflects the expectation and determination for the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, which has been the greatest dream of the Chinese people since the beginning of modern times. In common effort, we Chinese people aim to make the country prosperous and strong, and see that the people are happy. Another commonly accepted example is the concept of the Chinese word 天. In one of the classical Chinese literary works, A Dream of Red mentions, there is such a sentence, 谋事在人，成事在天, said by Liu Laolao in chapter 6. David Hawkes translated it as man proposes, God disposes. Though God makes sense to English readers, they might assume that Liu Laolao is a Christian. But in Chinese translators Yang Xianyi and Dai Naidie's version, God is replaced with heaven, which reveals the fact that the ancient Chinese's belief in heaven, which dominated everything with the almighty power. Expressions like 三个代表, 不折腾, 熊孩子, 单身狗, etc. convey no equivalent concepts in English language and culture. In the same vein, Waterloo, Uncle Sam, Big Apple, crow, dog, owl, white elephant, and the word Dutch have respective connotations which are not found in Chinese language. If you are interested in finding the adequate translation for each one mentioned above, please discuss with other participants in the discussion board. When translating words or terms with different cultural connotations, we need to make efforts to achieve the functional equivalence which may make sense to speakers of target language. For example, in Chinese, we say 吹牛, but in English, to talk horse transmit the same message. In Chinese, we say 瘦得像只猴子, but in English, they use as thin as a shadow. Figurative uses of 饿得像只狼 in Chinese and as hungry as a bear in English are also the appropriate counterparts. So, to deal with the problem of conceptual equivalence, the translators must be the masters of both languages and cultures. If so, the functional equivalence could be maximized. There is a practical technique for green hand translators to improve translation. That is, to use back translation. Back translation involves first translating into the second language, then translating back into the first language, and then comparing the result to the original. Often, the process can prevent amusing translation problems.